That is the government's theory, and that is what the Commonwealth will stand by. Now, the weight of the evidence, there is a number of factors, Your Honor, including crash scene evidence, and I have a witness that I would like to have testify in regards to that crash scene evidence, an investigator with the crash unit. The weight of the evidence, the crash scene.
You want to testify something in your case?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to proffer and argue and then have him testify. Now,
Is he in the courtroom?
yes, sir.
I'm going to ask him to step out. We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
The weight of the evidence includes not only crash scene data, but crime scene essentials. The Commonwealth believes this is a crime scene. It's not just a crash scene. The bystanders, including an off-duty officer from the DC Metropolitan Police Department, and other individuals that were on this road during rush hour traffic, who will state that the vehicle the defendant was driving just all of a sudden started veering into the left and into oncoming traffic. Now, counsel offers a lot about what the defendant was intending to do, including that he was trying to pass a vehicle on his right. If the court watches that, which I intend to bring into the court, there is no evidence of that. And again, there's the bystanders and the witnesses on the scene will not say it looked like he was trying to pass the car next to him. The EDR data also does not indicate that. It corroborates government or the Commonwealth's theory of what happened in this case. The defendant intentionally steered his vehicle to use it as a weapon to kill these two individuals in the vehicle. Now, counsel points out that the defendant has no record of convictions, and I believe the court discussed this last week. I want to point out to the court under 192120, the factors include his record of convictions and the history of the accused. So the court shall consider that. History is everything in his past conduct, and that is exactly why the court can consider his past conduct with this victim and her children, past conduct with different domestic partners, and past conduct within the community as well. Specifically, this defendant did not abide by any court orders. In fact, he was out on pretrial bond on a domestic assault and battery and a protective order violation against the individual who was actually in the courtroom today as a supporter when he was charged with the two charges in this case. They were only dissolved or no crossed 2 days after. So he was on pretrial good behavior, which he did not abide by. Additionally, Your Honor, the police reports that the Commonwealth has provided to the court from the staff of the County Sheriff's Office, I think show an extreme and interesting and concerning behavior on behalf of the defendant. Specifically, his ability to brandish weapons, specifically the 2020 matter. He's at a car dealership, which he begins to harass employees at that dealership, and he is asked to leave. Now, there's some discussion that he used to be an ex-employee of that dealership. He brandishes a canister pepper spray, which is a weapon, and then he threatens to use his vehicle as a weapon to strike other vehicles in the lot, which is exactly what he did in the case before the court. This was years ago. He used his car as a weapon on April 5th, 2023, which resulted in the murder of 2 individuals. Additionally, Your Honor, in regards to the 2018 matter, now, the defendant's brother testified to, the incident where EMF, initials for the juvenile, he recalls being in the vehicle with the defendant and Miss Fontaine, the deceased victim, who was in the front passenger seat. There were other children within the vehicle, and the defendant darted into another lane. It was a two-lane road. He darted into oncoming traffic in the other lane, and then with oncoming traffic approaching, and then started laughing about this maneuver. Miss Fontaine was upset and told him not to do that. As her car's approaching and head on. Now, Your Honor, I would have to look at my records. He is, I believe, over the age of 10. But I would have to verify that. Now, this child indicates that this defendant did this multiple times, darting into oncoming traffic and then darting back into his lane of travel. This is a pattern of behavior with this defendant, not only with other children, but also Miss Fontaine, who he ended up murdering on April 5th, 2023. Additionally, Your Honor, this is not a trial. We're not here to try the case. Counsel will get an opportunity to cross-examine these children who do not live in the state, Your Honor. After this proceeding actually moved out of state, they will be here and counsel will have an opportunity to cross-examine. This is not a trial. This is a pre-trial hearing for bail. The standard at this juncture is whether the court finds probable cause to determine whether the defendant is a flight risk or a danger to himself, a household member, or the community. This is not beyond a reasonable doubt. Yes, Your Honor.
Conclusions. That's my concern. Conclusion, facts. Make this determination.
Your Honor, the facts are the facts as I've offered them to the court.
Facts this week with regard to those statements.
Yes, sir. The facts are the very statements from these children, including J.H., which is another child, who is interviewed separately, and he remembers specifically the defendant swerving the vehicle he was driving, almost causing a collision. Another matter that EMF recalls is this defendant traveling at such a high rate of speed that EMF, which is one of the deceased 5-year-old child, she was holding on to him in fear of how fast the defendant was going. His repeated conduct and tell the court that the deceased 5-year-old child, she was, EMF recalls is this defendant, and he remembers specifically the defendant swerving the vehicle he was driving, almost causing a collision. Another matter that EMF recalls is this defendant traveling at such a high rate of speed that EMF, which is one of the deceased 5-year-old child, she was holding on to him in fear of how fast the defendant was going. His repeated conduct and tell the court that from what the Commonwealth has within its resources were acknowledged, this defendant was dating Miss Fontaine for a short period of time, within 3 months. His prior domestic assault charge with another domestic partner he was actually living with is from January of 2023. This homicide occurs April 5th of 2023. That is a very short time period for children to be recounting such instances of the defendant using his vehicle as a weapon.
Deputy, would you tell the folks that are waiting for the 10:30 docket that it's going to be at least another half an hour before it started? And I will, it's going to be longer than that. I will check with the judge.
Corroborates, and defendant's own words, as the court heard, there was some sort of argument leading up to the crash, the homicide. In fact, one of Ms. Fontaine had reported to one of her children that the defendant had urinated on her back while she was in the shower prior to this crash. Now, on jail calls, the defendant has discussed this very instance. He has said, I would never do that. And then at a later jail call, sometime later, he says, oh yeah, it was a joke. I did that as a joke. So he's even admitting to these instances of abuse, not outrightly, but is making excuses as to why they occur. Now, another individual who is Ms. Fontaine's neighbor will also confirm that she was told about this urination on her back prior to the vehicle crash. Counsel likes to talk about the videos that he has in his possession regarding how the defendant is playing with the children. That has nothing to do with his repeated history of using his vehicle as essentially a torture mechanism, a punishment mechanism, an intimidation mechanism for individuals specifically, and what it resulted in is in the death of a 5-year-old child and Ms. Fontaine on April 5th, 2023. Now, again, going further, the Commonwealth was able to retrieve disciplinary records for this defendant from the Adult Detention Center. I think those speak volumes. This is the time in which the defendant has been incarcerated, pending trial. He can't follow the rules and not be threatening in the jail. There's no conditions this court can impose on the defendant if he is released. Specifically, I want to draw the court's attention to subsection 4, major violation number 24. Unacceptable behavior dated 4/5/24. The defendant made threatening remarks to staff. The defendant specifically stated to staff, quote, I know your address, Jessica Christie Sales. You know, I'm going to go home after I meet my charge and I'm going to come to your house and make you pay for this harassment and for you assaulting me on May 24th. You're lucky I don't tell everyone your address. This is the same kind of behavior this defendant was exhibiting while he was a member of the society at large. This is the behavior that he's exhibiting while incarcerated when he is supposed to be a general good behavior. Additionally, Your Honor, there is, to the Commonwealth's knowledge, the defendant and claims that he was beat in the jail on that date. And that's from last year, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Additionally, a number of other major violations include him intentionally causing water to come out of his cell and that's from May 24th, which is the day in question in major violation number 4. Right, this is just showing that he can't follow directions. Aside from being a danger, he also cannot follow the rules, which is what the court is expected to do by releasing him and prosecuting his homicide. Another thing, Your Honor, he has specifically disobeyed orders such as using the phone when he's not supposed to, using other people's PIN numbers when he's not supposed to. these are just indicative of his tendency not to follow the directions. If he's threatening a staff member in the jail while he's pending a double homicide trial, there's absolutely no way this court can absolutely say he will not be a danger to the public and to whoever he encounters is released. Now, coming to family ties, Your Honor, counsel touched on this briefly. The 2018 incident in Stafford County with the sheriff's office there involves two of the defendant's brothers, Muhammad Al-Jaziri and Mara Al-Jaziri. Muhammad Al-Jaziri is the individual who testified at the hearing last week. And I think it is important for the court to also note that the family ties that are supposed to be a mitigating factor for defendants in jail hearings are the same individuals that were also charged with him as part of the mob that assaulted this tow truck driver. So I think that should actually cut against the defendant regarding his ties to the community. Your Honor, at this time, I would like to replay the dash camera footage. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would call investigator Mason. Thank you. Can you please state your name for the record?
Sergeant Champions.
Sergeant, where are you working?
Mr. Country's Department.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
13 years.
And I want to direct your attention back to April 5th, 2023. Were you on a specialized unit with the Prince County Police Department at that time?
I was.
And what unit is that?
The crash investigation.
Can you briefly describe what the crash investigation unit does?
Investigate any serious injury, fatality, or extreme high probably value crashes within Prince County.
Right. And as a member of that unit, approximately how many crashes have you investigated over your career?
Total crashes, well over 200 or 300 total, all crashes all types.
Right. Types, okay. But what about seats?
Serious injury probably 1 to 200 fatalities.
Becky, I'll tell you what I have in Mustafa's file is the CCTV video from inside the jail where the correctional officer that says, that claimed that he threatened her is giving him his mattress, is giving him his cover, she's giving him his items. Now, if it was true that he's threatening her, how is she comfortable in giving him items back? Now, I have an audio from inside the jail in Mustafa's file from that night, a witness that saw the whole incident that says Mustafa never threatened the correctional officer. Correctional officer entered his cell, beat Mustafa, stepped on his Quran, violated his religious items, and they were retaliating against Mustafa because he spoke to the police, specifically to Detective S.D. Long, because S.D. Long was investigating the unaliving of 18-year-old Juan Campos, who was found unresponsive 9 days into his incarceration. So the jail was retaliating against Mustafa. And this incident happened a month before the bond. Now, the prosecutor went into a bond a week before this proceeding, and the judge gave Mustafa the a bond. The prosecutor never talked about this incident. But she comes back 7 days later in this proceeding and she said, Your Honor, a month ago, the jail staff claimed that Mustafa threatened the correctional officer. Now, in Mustafa's file, there's a CCTV video that shows that correctional officer is giving Mustafa his items. There's a witness, an audio in Mustafa's file that I have, that I posted to the internet, that says Mustafa never threatened anybody, but Judge Carol Weimer avoids the evidence and just takes the prosecutor's word for it. This judge has not been impartial, and he's in a lot of trouble. When you hear this proceeding and you see the evidence, he's ruling regardless of the evidence. He's ruling, he's protecting the prosecutor that lie. Now, one of the most disturbing things in this proceeding is Blake, the attorney at the time, tells the judge, I have hours and hours of home Google videos that shows Mustafa loves the family. The kids love Mustafa, his girlfriend loves Mustafa. It's a beautiful relationship. The prosecutor says, this has nothing to do with the relationship. She says specifically, she says, Your Honor, this has nothing to do with anything. You can hear her talk about it. Briefly address it as if it doesn't matter. How does it not matter if you have videos inside the apartment that shows the relationship? Instead, you want to rely on a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old who's being weaponized by the police. We have a forensic interview where the kids are saying the police are lying to us. Specifically, they say that the police told us that Mustafa ran away, left my 5-year-old baby sister in the car, and if he hadn't ran away, they could have saved his sister. When in fact, Mustafa was in a coma. Mustafa was helicoptered to the hospital, and the police lied to the kids to have them turn against Mustafa. Now this prosecutor is using those kids against Mustafa. Kids that are weaponized by the police. This is child abuse. There's hours and hours of Google Nest videos inside the apartments. Days of Google Nest video inside the apartment that shows this is a beautiful relationship. Judge Carol Weimer avoids the Google Nest videos, and the prosecutor gets to lie. Now, in this audio, in the beginning, you hear Blake, the attorney at the time, says, this prosecutor does not have a lip reader. She tells you what the lip reader is going to say, but does not have a lip reader. Now, Julie Carey on the news says the prosecutor has a lip reader. And the lip reader says that Dorothy says, Empress in the car. I want to get out of the car. That is not true. That prosecutor did not have a lip reader. She got a lip reader 2 months afterwards. And the disturbing part about the whole entire thing is I can get you 5 lip readers, and 5 lip readers are going to say 5 different things. Now, the bigger problem is, when you open Mustafa's file, the police department says this dash camera does not have audio. In the document, it says Officer Zymas with digital forensic says this dash camera does have audio, and the audio is on the SD card that they're in possession of. That's exculpatory evidence that was hidden from the defense. There's audio to this dash camera. So why are we even talking about a lip reader? I mean, it's BS inside of BS, and they think that this audio is not going to get out to the community. Well, prosecutor Sarah Sammy, your voice is all over the internet, and we're going to get to the bottom of what you're doing in the case of Mustafa Al-Jazari. Becky, you got me fired up, man. I love you, man. Thank you for being here. I'm going to hit the audio so we can continue listening to this BS.
And when you say primary on 35,
just quick question. Is it coming in loud? Is the voice okay? Can everybody hear it? Bring you dinner. Is the Becky, I love you, ma'am. I'm actually really happy that you asked me that question because, you know, a lot of details are not being articulated in this whole entire case. And I think without these questions, details are not going to come out. Farah, I love you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. Is the audio coming in loud? Is it loud enough? Can everybody hear it normal? Once I get a yes, Becky, I don't know if you're saying yes to my other question or about the audio. Once I get a yes, I'm gonna hit play. Yes, sounds good. Dre, love you, brother. Sounds good. All right.
Did you also assist on other people who were not primary?
Yes.
How many?
In total, probably one or so hundred figures of communities.
And to be a member of that unit, you need specialized training.
We do.
Can you describe them briefly, that training?
Sure. You have to go through the three main levels of crashing instruction. So basic, advanced, and then what's called reconstruction. So going through each one of those levels of basic training, along with other specialized training such as crashing instruction, crashing instruction, and construction, and then down for technician campus. That's those features.
And can you please tell the board, as a crash investigator, when you respond out to the scene of a crash, what specific type of measures were you taking?
So starting from
I mean, this is investigator Chad Mason, the same investigator that tells the other officer that's guarding the door while they were interrogating Mustafa. While Mustafa was on, they put Mustafa under 50 mcg of F. This is the same investigator that says make sure your camera is off for all of it. He wants all the camera, the body cams are off. Okay, so we have that body cam on the internet. This is the same investigator that takes a stand and lie about the EDR data, the computer inside the vehicle, and says Mustafa's foot was on the computer inside the vehicle shows Mustafa's foot was on the brake the whole entire time, attempting to stop the vehicle. The police mechanic inspect the vehicle and found out there is brake failure. This investigator gets on the stand, lie about the computer inside the vehicle, the EDR, lie about there is being skid marks. There are skid marks from Mustafa's vehicle. Mustafa, 2 of the calipers did not work. The front passenger, the back passenger did not work. The police mechanic inspected the vehicles on body cam. The only 2 calipers that worked is the driver front and the back driver. So when you look at the pictures that investigator that they took on the scene, you see a distinctive skid marks. And we posted those skid marks on the internet. But this investigator, the brake marks are on the internet. I posted the pictures. This investigator gets on the stand and he said there are no brake marks. That's a flat out lie. Okay, so he lied about the computer inside the car. He lied about the brake marks. I mean, this is so disturbing on so many levels. And they thought that this audio was never going to come out. Well, you know, I'll tell you, we always want to thank the deputy sheriffs that are supplying us with audio recording from inside the proceeding. There's a lot of good badges and uniforms that are not happy with the way things are. They think they can put a sheriff that blocks anybody from recording. They have a whole machine in front of that door. The judge is comfortable to not be impartial. He's protecting the prosecutor that lied. The prosecutor is lying, protecting police officer that falsified every police report in Mustafa's case. This investigator gets on the stand, flat out lie, and they were comfortable because they got a judge order from Judge Carol Weimer to seal off all of it. So they're comfortable. There's no way that you're gonna see the brake marks. Well, it's all over the internet now. There's no way that you're gonna see the body cam of the mechanic that says there's brake failure. There's no way that you're gonna actually see the dash camera that the prosecutor is terrified that the community is watching. Well, it's all over the internet. And This prosecutor's voice is now all over the internet, and you don't have to take my word for it that they're lying and falsifying the police report. You get to hear the voice of the prosecutor. You get to hear the voice of the Judge Carol Weimer, and you have the body cams all over the internet. You have the document that's falsified, the police reports. It's all over the internet, and you tell me they're not turning a vehicle accident into something that it's not. All right, I'm gonna continue playing this audio.
Roadway, so they got roadway evidence, tire marks, skid marks, any kind of gouging of vehicle marks, the area impact where the vehicle collided with.
Where do they go, man, to the next one?
Where's any kind of evidence where the collision occurred that caused the injury? Any presence of electronic damage or so anything that has
Now, when you mentioned that you took fireworks, skid marks, nail marks, are those related to the questions? Inside, have you been racing to see each of these?
about 75% of matches have some kind of tire or gouging present.
And
You know what's really funny about Chad Mason? It's not really funny, it's disturbing, is that he takes a stand and he wants to, that prosecutor Sarah Sammy wants to present this investigator as a expert. He's an expert in computers inside the vehicle. He's an expert as an investigator, and she wants to admit him as an expert. Now, we all saw the body cam of Chad Mason, how confused he is on the scene, and finally look over and say all these, with investigator Robert Drum says the only way this vehicle accident would have happened is if Mustafa did everything he can by avoiding all the vehicles, and the SUV is the one that turned into him, and all these are Mustafa's skid marks. The body cam is on the internet, but he wants to say I'm an expert in computers inside the car and flat out lie about the data that's in the computer.
what do tire marks and skid marks indicate to you as a crash investigator?
A number of things, whether the vehicle was controlled going into the collision, which we picked up a yellow mark, if there was presence of braking or heavy braking, which would be a skid type mark, rapid acceleration, which would be
All right, I'll be back.
type mark, gouges.
I'll be back. Mama, hello.
Yeah, hello, Habibi. How are you?
Habib Tati. That's good that you're here. I'm playing the audio.
Yeah, play.
I'll be right back. Okay, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, please play it and repeat it so everybody can hear it. Yeah. Hello, Casey. How are you? Casey, you can come up, Casey. We want to talk. We need everybody to listen to Sarah Sami. We need everybody to hear Sarah Sami, how she lied. Okay? We want to expose her. Okay? This woman should be in jail. Yeah. She took advantage. She took advantage. She used her power to abuse Mustafa. Okay, and she knows the truth. So good job, Ammar. Good job. Thank you, Ammar, for bringing Sarah Sami voice so people know who's Sarah Sami. She thinks she can flirt with the judge and lie. She flirt and he gives her chance to talk. Okay? We have to expose her. We have to embarrass her. We have to show the people, show the world. This girl, she's Muslim, but she tortured Mustafa during Ramadan. Okay, and she lied in the court, inside the court. So she should be exposed to the world, to everybody. And I invited everybody, and whoever cares should be in this chat room. Whoever care about Mustafa's case, whoever care about the truth, should be live with us. Okay? But look, only 5 people in the live. Why? Why only 5 people? Because no one care in the reality. Yeah, because no one cared. That's what upset me. Yeah, I know people busy, but I'm talking about people who don't have anything to do and watching. We are live and they are not here with us. I'm really upset. Yeah. Yeah, Habibi.
How, Mom?
Play it so the whole world listen to her voice, how she lied. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me play this. Sarah. I think Sarah Sami is gonna have a heart attack, Mom.
Hello, Habibti Casey.
Mama.
Thank you for being here.
Mama.
You're the true woman.
Casey, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Casey, I was telling Mom, the prosecutor is probably gonna have a heart attack right now because her voice is all over the internet. Never in a million years did she expect that Mustafa's brother is gonna play her voice on the internet.
Welcome. God bless you, Farah Habib.
Farah, hello.
Come on, Casey.
All right, you guys ready?
Dre's in here
Yep,
too.
we are ready.
Dre, hello.
I'm gonna put her to mute.
All right, I'm gonna start from the beginning. You guys want to start from the beginning?
No, Habibi, I want to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it.
All right, I'm gonna start from the beginning.
Habibi.
All right, and how about this? I'm busy doing what I'm doing, but you guys narrate what you hear, like in the middle of the audio. Talk about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Habibi.
All right.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
Repeat it like a broken record.
Yes, ma'am, I will. All right, so this is from the beginning.
Oh, you know what, Mama? Why they have nobody's coming in here?
Habibti repeats, Casey, I couldn't hear you.
You know why people probably aren't in here? Because it's
Yeah.
on sub. It's on sub only. A lot of people aren't sub subscribed.
No, that's okay. I want to leave it on sub because one, it filters out the bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you already know. It filters out the bullshit, the trolls. You know what I mean?
I think they can be here just to listen, right?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, they can listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can listen and they can be in the box.
Yeah.
But if you want to type anything, you have to subscribe, or if you're a mod.
Yeah. ما حاطة عمار ماد.
I think you're Casey, you're a mod, right?
عمري حط لي ماد.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you a mod. Casey, you're a mod, right?
I think Casey حطتها ميوت.
Just Casey's a mod.
Char, hello.
Hello. I chased Casey away.
That's funny. Okay, Mom, check. Are you a mod? Check if you're a mod.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Oh, you can tell?
We want to hear it.
Yeah.
We
How do you, Char? How do you tell if someone is a mod?
Yeah, I want to
And under her name,
Uh-huh.
there's a little man with a circle
Oh.
in the chat.
Yeah. No, okay. All right. All right.
you want it to be repeated or not, please.
Okay.
Want Sarah Sammy voice to be repeated. The way she lied, yeah. The way she lied, yeah. The way she takes advantage. Okay? The way she flirts with God's Bible. Okay? We want the world to listen to what she did. Yeah. Okay, muted now.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're muted.
I thought you didn't want to see me, Casey. Here. You know, come up and you go out. Right at the same time. Fine, I ain't coming up, I'm going back out. I can listen.
Did you hear what Blake just said? He said the lane ends and my client swerves to the left. That is not what happened. When you watch the dash camera, Mustafa never swerved left.
Tried to go left, right.
No, he never swerved left. If you watch the steering wheel, if you slow down the dash camera and you watch the steering wheel, Mustafa never swerved left. He ends up in oncoming traffic when the lane ends. Does that make sense? And what he does at that point is he avoids every vehicle in his way, and he makes it all the way to the other side. That's a huge difference
Right.
between swerving left.
Yeah, trying to get to the curb. And if you notice by his actions, he looked right to go back over. You don't even see him turning the steering wheel. He couldn't because of the car right next to him.
There are
It's right there.
the prosecutor says there are exactly. The prosecutor says there are no witnesses that says that Mustafa was trying to pass the vehicle in front of him. When in fact, I've got body cams, 2 body cams. Exactly. Elizabeth Lee. What does Elizabeth Lee say? Elizabeth Lee says that it looked like he was passing the vehicle in front of him. And I saw brake marks. That's what Elizabeth Lee say. And there's another witness and another body cam that says, I heard him hit the brake. I heard his brake marks. I heard his skid marks. I heard him hit the brake. There's a body cam. Okay. But the prosecutor, you'll hear her say, there are no witnesses that will say he wanted to pass the vehicle in front of him. That's a lie.
Did she even see the body cam? No, probably.
Well, she's definitely lying. You know whether she saw them.
We're hearing all the lies.
Seriously.
Your nose is gonna get bigger like Pinocchio. It's gonna grow.
I swear to God, that's true.
So they don't want these things talking about facial expressions or his tongue using his cheek. As if they have any representation as to what that means. I would offer that I may bring an expert at trial who will testify that when an individual puts their tongue in their cheek, it's because they're concerned and they're panicked. So I want to make that clear. The Commonwealth also states that, oh, yes, sir. So I'm still on page 4 here. The Commonwealth says, page 4, in the final 8 seconds, Ms. Fontaine can be seen yelling, saying, quote, "No, Empress is in the car." There's no audio on this camera. This is merely the Commonwealth looking and making a guess. Again, they're not proffering an expert who reads, who can read lips. They're just guessing at this point.
You see what he just said? He said they don't have a lip reader. They're guessing at this point, and there's no audio. At the time, Blake did not have the complete file. They blocked him from the file itself. This is exculpatory evidence. It is illegal for the prosecution to hold off on documents to the defense. By law, you're supposed to give all the documents over to the defense. Holding on to exculpatory evidence is illegal. It's illegal, and this is exactly what they've done. There's a document that says the audio is there. Officer Zymas with digital forensics says this dash camera does have audio, and it's on the SD card that the police department is in possession of. But they're sitting there, hiding that document, hiding that piece of evidence, and the prosecutor says, "I have a lip reader." When in fact, Blake is telling her, "You do not have a lip reader." But they go out on the news, NBC4, and Julie Carey lies to the community, says, "The prosecutor said I have a lip reader." The prosecutor never said I have a lip reader. She said, "If I have a lip reader," and I have the audio, and you'll hear her say that. And Blake just told her, "You don't have an audio. You don't have a lip reader. You're guessing." I'm going to rewind it just a little bit.
So I'm still on page 4 here in the factual section. The Commonwealth says, page 4, in the final 8 seconds, Ms. Fontaine can be seen yelling, saying, quote, "No, Empress is in the car." There's no audio on this camera. This is merely the Commonwealth looking and making a guess. Again, they're not offering an expert who reads, who can read lips. They're just guessing at this point. Pressing his tone, etc., etc. These are mischaracterizations, evidence, things for the set. And I would probably provide an expert at trial.
In the discovery, it shows 2 months after this proceeding, the prosecutor went and actually got a lip reader. But the problem here is, here you're lying. You're lying to the judge. You're lying to the community through the media. You never had a lip reader. You're just guessing. 2 months later, you get a lip reader. And the problem with lip readers is you can get 5 lip readers, and all 5 are going to say 5 different things. A lip reader is not reliable. Now, the bigger problem is this dash camera, they admit that it has audio. So why are we even talking about a lip reader?
Not just to my client's facial expressions and actions being consistent with spoken, but also his driving in that moment being absolutely consistent with somebody he's not a race car driver, he's not a professional car driver. He's just a normal guy driving his car, finding himself in between a rock and a hard place. And in those moments,
Before.
page 5, remember, this is the last facts that I mentioned. They talk about the electronic data recordings. Again, this information is completely irrelevant in this case because the question is not about what happened. We know what happened. The question is about the intent of finding nothing by looking at this information. Is it consistent with an individual who has made a decision, has realized he had basically nowhere to go, anywhere he didn't go. None of these offers that the electronic data recording conflict with that.
Now, one key thing in this whole entire case a body
Mr.
cam.
Gary, how are you? Welcome.
There's a body cam
Good,
where
how about you, Mr.
while
Gary?
while Gary, what's up, brother?
Nice.
While they
Nice
were
talking to
inspecting the
you.
vehicle, the police mechanic and the investigator Davis, on body cam, find out that Mustafa left signal is turned on. Now, nowhere in the police they take notes on body cam. It says, make sure you write down that Mustafa's left signal is turned on, blah blah blah. But the problem is in the discovery.
He's busy, but he's still.
Okay, so in the discovery, it shows that they never talked about that Mustafa's left hand signal was turned on. Now the question is, on body cam you see that that the Mustafa's left signal is turned on. Can you guys hear me or no? Can you guys hear me or no? Casey, Mom, can you guys hear me? Mom, can you hear me?
Say hi to Mr. Gary.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Were you hearing me the whole time? Man, I'm spending a lot of energy talking. Can you guys hear me or no? I don't get it. Were you guys hearing me the whole time or no?
Yeah, Gary said hi to you.
No, Casey, were you guys hearing me the whole time, or did my voice get cut off?
It was cut off at first, and then we could hear you.
I went on into
Can you see
details.
Gary? Gary's here.
Gary, what's up, brother? Gary, thank you for being here. I'm getting frustrated because I went into details about a really important thing in this case, and I think the internet is bad, so I don't know if you guys heard me or not.
We heard you all the way till we heard the dogs barking. I did.
Okay, all right. So what I'm trying to explain,
Hey, Amar, it's good.
Gary, what's up, brother?
It's good to see you back into jail, bro.
Oh, thank you,
Glad to see
thank
you
you.
back into jail.
Thank you. It was a lot of work, but we're back. We are back. I wanted to go into a really important piece of information in this case that is missing out of the whole entire discovery. In the discovery, in the documents, they never talked about the body cam where they find out that Mustafa's left hand signal is turned on. I have a body cam. I haven't released that body cam, where the police mechanic and the investigator Davis, find out that Mustafa's left-hand signal is turned on. And this is really important. One, it's not in the discovery, so they left that out from the documents. They never put it in the discovery. You only find that out on the body cam. Two, this is really important because you're talking about him. You're saying that he premeditated this. He did this on purpose. Well, how could it be on purpose? So you're telling me that before he crashed the vehicle on purpose, he decided to follow the law and turn on his left-hand signal? Does that make sense to you? The fact that the left-hand signal is turned on, it means this is an accident. It doesn't make sense for someone that wants to do this on purpose just decide to follow the law and turn on their left-hand signal. Does that make sense? And then that's why, exactly, I'll be right back. And that's why they left it out of discovery. They sealed off the body cam and they left that piece out of discovery. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, why would you turn on your signal that you're going to switch lanes if you're premeditated? Right. It seems like this whole department needs to be. Well, you know, it's as well as across the whole United States. Every department needs to be retrained on that. Oh no, but this has been the worst that I've ever seen. And all the prisons and stuff I've gone to protesting and stuff. This is the worst jail ever. Right. Yes, DC. Well, it's close to DC. What is DC? What is DC? You know, it's all corruption. And I thought LA County was bad. Heck no, this is 10 times worse. Right. Los Angeles is on fire right now, aren't they? California jail? Or California in general. Yeah, well, there's supposed to be some fires going, getting ready to start here real soon again.
You know where?
Around I don't know where in California, but watch and see if they don't start happening again here real soon.
Oh yeah, it happened. They shut our freeway down.
It's where they're burning all. They're trying to destroy all the.
I'm gonna mute real quick. I'm gonna mute. I'll be back. Okay.
To refuse this call, hang up